Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I'm Adam McCullough, outside Old Trafford, Manchester United 2, Brighton 0. I'm here with Rye and Tom. Tom making his long-awaited return, and this random guy who just walked past, looked like a rabbit in the headlights. Tom, what you make of that 2-0, 3 points? Feels nice to win, innit?
Yeah, it feels nice to win, but not feeling nice after that. 11 strangers on the pitch. It was definitely like that for the first half. Second half was a tiny bit better. But even we played our better football when they had 11 men. They had 10 men. Yeah. They had 10 men and we didn't even do anything.
We were holding on towards the end as well, innit?
The fans are whistling for the full-time whistle and they've got 10 men. Like, that shouldn't be happening. Yeah. Some of the football that we play is shocking.
What do you think the issue at the moment? Because I've not spoken to you in a while, so if you look at our problems generally and maybe not today, what do you think the issues are and why did they rear its head in the first half?
Mate, there's so many. The players not trying hard enough is, I think, probably the main one. Because you can do whatever you can on the training pitch, but if you don't work or don't try on a Saturday or a Tuesday like today, you're not going to get anywhere. Because Rashford, when he comes on, oh my word,
what's happened to him?
I don't know what's up with him. I genuinely don't know what's the matter with him. Maybe he's having a hangover from that penalty, but that penalty was about 7 months ago, so surely that's gone by now. And Shaw's another one, Maguire's another one. Supposed to be our captain. Maguire.
Clean sheet could help him today, innit? Because they look like they've no.
It's 10 men. You should expect to keep a clean sheet against Brighton with 10 men. Like, they're a good footballing side, but they don't have a striker who can score. You know, they had to bring on Danny Welbeck to
off the bench. He can score. Trust me.
No, but honestly, it's just frustrating because there's so many factors. The manager, you don't know what he's doing. I mean, you can't really blame it on the manager now, considering we've had 5 and it's not worked. So it's clearly the players, but the backroom staff, obviously the Glazers is one factor that we all know about. There's just so many problems, and you just can't put your finger on one because they all build up and it leads to stuff like that.
For sure. You speak about, you know, we're back into the top 4 today. Now, the other day I said I don't think we're going to get top 4 because I don't feel like we're going to get on a run which will be good enough to get us that position. Your opinion? How's your opinion after that?
The only thing that we can rely on is the other teams, because at the minute they're dropping points as well. They're dropping more points than us. Yeah. Tottenham have been beat off Southampton and Wolves back to back. You know, realistically, we've only lost 1 league game. I know it's bad, but we have only lost 1
draws
game. Yeah, I know, it's the 1-1s. It's going ahead and not holding on to that lead. I don't know, if we just try and play a little bit of football. Like, to be fair, the easy games have gone now. This is where it matters. We've got Leeds, Everton, City, Liverpool, Arsenal are on a good run of form. So
they've got a few difficult games coming up though, Arsenal. I've had a look at their games in hand, what they've got. They've got to play Chelsea, they've got to play Spurs, they've got to play City, Liverpool, I think, as well. It's not going to be easy for Arsenal. It's not going to be easy for us though, because we've got a very hard March coming up. For me personally, in February, we have, against all the Premier League teams, we should be taking max points and being the next round of the FA Cup, but we're fucking not. And it's just like, why are we not in there? There's a massive issue there. There's like Maguire's poor, like he said, Shaw's poor, like he said. Tellez, I saw a stat look like when Tellez and Shaw have played recently under Ragnick, Tellez has had more clean sheets than Shaw, and it's just like, well, at the minute it's a no-brainer who starts at left back, especially when Shaw's looking so poor. Maguire's just captain calamity at the minute. Rashford, I don't know what's up with him. I don't know if he's still suffering from the racist abuse and the penalty from England or the injury. I don't know what's up with him. Something's not right with Marcus at the minute. His touches are off. His decision making is the worst part about him at the minute. That's not the Marcus Rashford that we have watched for the last 5, 6, 7 years. It's not the Marcus Rashford we know. He's really in bad shape at the minute. Elanga looks miles better than him at the moment. But I don't know. The most important thing is getting the results, and we finally got a result tonight. Like you just said a minute ago to him, it's the draws that are killing us. It is. When you think about it, 1 loss under a manager who's an interim manager, it really isn't that bad. So defensively, we are actually getting better in a sense, but it's like we've got to be scoring these goals. Like, man, we should have had like 3 or 4 tonight. That fucking practically an open net what Bruno had, and he didn't score it. Ronaldo with a couple of headers, do you know what I mean? And it's just like, man, we should be beating Brighton 4-0 or something, especially after the fact that they've got 10 men. First half, that was one of the worst first halves I've ever seen us have at Old Trafford this if this season, if ever, it was a very, very poor first half. Basuma was running that midfield very fucking.
You mentioned the midfield. No matter who comes up here, we get overrun in midfield. Yeah. Were you surprised to see Pogba starting on the bench today?
Yeah. Pogba and Varane, why? Varane, I don't know if he's...
Varane got pulled out before the game because of an injury. Right, okay. Sorry, bro.
I mean, that's a fair point. But Pogba, why? He's been literally our best midfielder in the last 3 games. He's been making all the passes. He's been physically... He's been just a presence in the midfield, unlike McTominay. What did Fred do today? Like, he played a through ball, it was nearly there, but you could see that it weren't good enough, and then I think it was Shane Duffy who took it. And then as soon as Pogba comes on, he unlocks the midfield with outside the foot passes, side passes, whatever pass he chooses. He unlocks midfields from deep, and that's what Fred and McTominay do not provide us.
We've got a midfield who can't pass.
Yeah,
can't pass.
For 3 seasons, I don't think short passes. I don't think he can do that. How many times do you see he forces them? Yeah. He always tries that switch ball and it finds the other centre half or the fullback.
Bruno, he does try too hard sometimes. I think
But doesn't he have to gain composure in his game? Because surely, as one of the key players, to be so erratic and emotional, it's not going to help the teammates.
He's doing it. He's doing it because the other two can't do anything, so he's trying to take leadership. That's what he's trying to do, but he's forcing it too much. We've had the same midfield now for nearly 3 seasons. Fred, McTominay and Bruno. They can't pass at all.
We need a new spine. It's clear and obvious. Maguire's not good enough. I don't give a fuck if he's our captain or not. I saw that Ragnick said, oh yeah, Maguire's our captain, and I don't see the reason to change that. I don't care what Ragnick says. I don't care what anyone says. Fuck Maguire. Fuck his captaincy. Fuck him starting in the team. The only time he plays well is for fucking England, for fuck's sake. Fuck him. He's shit. We've only got one good centre-back, Varane. Plain and obvious. Personally, I'd be going for De Ligt at Juve. Like, right now, I know they're not doing that great, but I think he'd do a lot stronger with a good centre-half next to him. Like, who's he got? He's got like Bonucci or whatever at the side of him. Varane and De Ligt would be perfect together. Big physical presence. Varane's the fast one. De Ligt's a little bit slower one. He's young, he can learn from it. And then the CDMs, for me, I've already told you in the past, Bellingham and Rice, they've got to be our CDMs, or someone like that, maybe in DD or something like that.
FIFA in now, aren't we?
I know we do. That's how many changes do we do need at the moment.
It's not going to happen though. It's not going to happen in one summer. We're going to sign 2, maximum 3 players. We're not going to sign anyone this summer that will take us to the title next year. It's going to be another 2-3 years before we get anywhere close. But we need a set structure. We've gone from manager to manager to manager with different styles of play. Now we've got Ralph at the minute who wants to play a certain way, but in 4 months' time we're going to have Poch or Ten Hag. It looks like it's going to be a different style of football again. So it's a minimum of 3 years. Yeah, so everyone getting the hopes up, like Khabib fucking coming out and going, next year United will be unreal. Shut up, man. Like, honestly. Like,
is that the title? Tom calling out Khabib?
Fucking I'll have it. I look like him, I'll have him as well.
Cheers, boys.